Italy's Prime Minister has destroyed the illusion of a united Europe after refusing to even take part in a joint media conference at the EU summit in Bratislava. Matteo Renzi said he refused to pretend that he agrees with France and Germany.
Non posso fare una conferenza stampa insieme al cancelliere tedesco o al Presidente della Repubblica francese, non è che devo fare una recita a copione per far vedere che siamo tutti uniti.
The meeting of the 27 heads of state was meant to create a roadmap for the, quote, union after Brexit. However, Italy's leader was far from the only one to shatter the facade of unity. Peter Oliver reports.
Well, on the surface, the meeting in Bratislava was all friends coming together to push towards a brighter future for a post-Brexit EU. However, under the surface, things weren't quite as rosy as that. One of the main players in Europe, Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi, was supposed to take the stage following the talks with the German Chancellor Angela Merkel and the French President François Hollande. He was noticeably absent from the podium, and afterwards, he sent this tweet out.
I cannot hold a press conference with Merkel and Hollande if I don't agree with their positions on immigration and the economy.
But even the German Chancellor Angela Merkel was less than enthralled with the state of the European Union as she headed into the talks.
We are in a critical situation. Topping the agenda is how to protect external borders and tackle the causes of migration.
And that's before we get to the usual troublemakers at these type of summits. Hungary's strongman nationalist leader Viktor Orban and Poland's Prime Minister Beata Szydło had to be taken aside at one point by European Council President Donald Tusk and told not to stop continuously criticising Brussels. That didn't stop Viktor Orban, though. He still had this to say.
If we would like to evaluate the meeting, whether is it able to change the bad character, the false character of the refugee policy of Brussels, the answer is no. We were not able to change it. The Hungarian referendum is the only way now which could provide some chance to change the false migration policy of Brussels.
Looking ahead, though, this is going to be something of a win for the Eurosceptics, being able to show that behind closed doors and even in the picturesque backdrop of this Bratislavan summit, the leaders of the 27 that will be left after Brexit can't get on when they're put in that room. There are serious frictions between some groups of leaders. And when we look ahead to the next 12 months, we're going to have elections taking place in Austria, in Holland, in France and in Germany. And in all of those countries, there are Eurosceptic parties that are gaining ground and will look to summits like what we've just seen in Bratislava and think that's exactly why we want less Europe.